Hey everybody, and welcome to today's almost daily coaching vlog. Today is Thursday, April 16th, and it is just about 10:15 a.m. in the eastern United States, and that means we are live here. Today we're going to talk about the importance of mindset. So over the last couple of weeks, a lot of us have been challenged. We're here going on day 33 or 34 of home quarantine, if I'm not mistaken, which means that we've been pretty much locked in at home. Now, the thing that's good and bad about this, it means that we've had a lot of opportunity to connect with family. We've had a lot of opportunity to be able to go through and really rebalance ourselves. So a lot of us nowadays, as we spoke about, we're not napping enough, we're not sleeping well, we're not doing enough things to help us really recover and build our fitness. However, now it's getting to that point with the coronavirus. We've all kind of gone through that initial shock, that adrenaline rush, which means that we need to get into the right mindset now. So when we get kind of knocked out of sorts, there's a lot of different skills and tools that either we have or we don't have that will determine how we're going to be able to adapt or not adapt to what's going on. Now, at this point, after about 2 weeks, what we want to do is be very cognizant and careful about how we are going through and allowing us to move ourselves and get into a better mentality and mindset. What we're going to do here, it looks like the internet is a little bit off. We are going to try to reset, so we'll be back here. No, we're going to keep it going actually. So as we go through and we look at how you are looking at your mindset, there's a couple different things that we want to do. Number one, we want to make sure that we are maintaining or getting into as much of a regular routine as possible. That starts with your morning. So if some of you, like myself, are enjoying not using an alarm clock to wake up in the morning, that may mean that no matter what time you do get up, because you don't have any commitments until, let's say, 10, 11, and your bedtime, you're keeping the same around 11 or 12, we want to try and make sure that the things that you do first thing in the morning are the same. So me, wake up, open my eyes, take accounting, say thank you for waking up and being healthy and having my fingers and toes and everything intact, and then getting up, starting the coffee, and etc. We want to have some type of routine in the morning and a routine before bed. Now, the second part of this routine is having an anchor in your mid-afternoon. So this could be as simple as cooking for that evening or going grocery shopping every Wednesday, whatever it may be. We really want to work hard to make sure that you're having that anchor. Now, why is this all important? When we get into these times of uncertainty and or drifting, and that's really what some of you are doing, is we're not getting many comments down below after people have subscribed, but people are emailing me saying, hey, I don't really feel comfortable writing this in the comments section, but I just kind of feel hapless or non-energized, or what's the point? I don't have a race coming up. Well, the point of having this routine is to allow us to stabilize ourselves and know that despite what's going on, things will eventually get back to some kind of normal, which I'm guessing in the next 3 months will probably be limited international travel, limited sporting events or sporting events without people, live audiences, as well as probably not much bike racing. I know that the Tour de France was officially pushed back. I think as of right now, the stance is August. They're saying August 24th. I don't know if that's going to happen. I honestly think that that's a very ambitious date, but regardless, it is important that we take our mindset and make what we want out of our time here. Now, what this is going to revolve around are 2 books we've already spoken about and 2 more that we haven't spoken about. And you'll notice I do a lot of reading here. So one, which you can see is really well read here, is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This was mentioned in one of our first YouTube lives. Again, it's written in Old English a little bit, so it's a little bit tough. You can see there's a lot of underlining, writing in the borders, and it's really worn down. But this is really the ultimate book when it comes to changing your mindset, and it really is true. We attract what we think about. If you're thinking about scarcity, and being left alone, or having your fitness drop off, that's what you're going to get. But if you focus on new opportunities, you're going to be able to progress and build and come out of this way stronger. Magical Running was the second book that we had mentioned by Bobby McGee. This is really great. It's something that you can use during your strength workouts, during your on-bike workouts, during your runs, to really practice some mental gratitude as well as mental skills. And this is a fantastic book. This one, as I mentioned, I've had several copies. This is, I think, the last one I have. You can see it's been read quite a bit. The back is a little bit torn, a little bit beat up. So it's almost time to get a new one. It has HVT LLC because it gets loaned out all the time. Now, the next one is going to be one that's going to be really focused on gratitude. So we had spoken last time about the Garden of Gratitude. This is by the same author, Say Thank You and See Miracles. And essentially what this is just a number of tales about those who have had 190 true stories about the power of gratitude. So, this is, I put everything out there up front. So this is a little bit talking about the universe or God. You can name it whatever you want. Gaia, the earth, the universe, fate, whatever you want. But this is about gratitude and how having gratitude can help you have miracles. Now, some people may read this and say, yeah, miracles, whatever, it doesn't exist. The point is that these are things that happen that otherwise wouldn't have. And a lot of it does come from the power of attitude. And I can tell you myself and pretty much all of my athletes have experienced this at one point or another, of when we get into a bad situation and we just say, you know what? Thank you. This has worked out for the best. I don't know how, I don't know what the universe has in store for me, but this is absolutely for the best. I just don't know any better. They see things unfold and everything just shifts to help them out. So we had that with my breaking my ankle. I wrote my first book, The Vortex Method, which was the #1 new release in cycling and triathlon on the Kindle store. And now we're starting to see some sales pick up. I'm doing an awful job of marketing it, which is important for a book, but now is a time for it to be used. But that book would not have been finished had I not broken my ankle. It would still be sitting in my desk in a manuscript from 7 years ago, 5 years ago. And the last one that we're going to talk about is getting everything you can out of all you got. Now, I've read this one digitally on my Kindle, and it was so good I had to pick it up in a physical book. So I'm one of those people, and you can see I've been through this quite a bit. I don't know if you can see the notes in there, but I'm someone who, when I really like a book, I need to have a physical copy. I will never ever go 100% digital, because there's something to be said and something felt, just to smell the book, to feel the book. Visually, I know about where something is kind of quoted in here, so I can grab a stack and be like, oh, well, there's that note. That's what I was looking for. Whereas on Kindle, I'm kind of lost. I'm like, location 1747. Anyhow, these are some things that you can do to help you switch your mindset. Jay Abraham also, I think, has some stuff up on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. So Jay Abraham, Shalom Arush, Bobby McGee, and Napoleon Hill. Now, the Napoleon Hill Foundation has a nice little Instagram, so if you follow them, they have quotes and things each day that can help you keep going. But for today, what I want to try and push you to do, or pull you to do, is to go through and to start your routine for your evening to help you get better rest by picking up one of these books or by downloading them on your Kindle. Now, something that's important is that reading on Kindle on your phone doesn't count. Why? Because the phone has blue light, which can keep you awake, whereas the Kindle app actually has a different type of light. It shines it forward, and then you see the print on the screen, which allows your brain to shut off. So granted, my Pixel phone has a automatic decrease in blue light at sunset, and then it turns back up after sunrise. It's still not the same. I personally can feel the difference. If you don't have a Kindle yet, and this is your only way to read because you're stuck at home, you can't get to the library, Amazon has put off the delivery of your copy of the Vortex Method until May 15th or whatever one of you had said the other day. I think it was Charles said it was now May 15th instead of the 1st. The Kindle can give you an opportunity to read. Just try not to do it right before bed, or if you can, see if there's an app you can download to decrease that blue light. Now, some of you may be wondering, why do I have a picture of Pirates pitcher Doug Drabek from the early 90s? Well, speaking of mentality and mindset and how you can change your mindset to get good things out of your settings, I am starting a challenge, which is going to be the 2020 Coronavirus Quarantine Challenge, which is the Doug Drabek and Jaromir Jagr challenge. So Why is it Doug Drabeck and Jaromir Jagr? Because both of them had these awesome hairstyles back in the early 90s. This is a mullet, technically, short in the front and long in the back. And Jaromir Jagr actually ran with that for pretty much his entire career. And Doug Drabeck had this as well in the mid 90s, early 90s with the Pittsburgh Pirates. So that's what we're doing. Now, the thing is, Colin from one of our athletes here from Harrisburg has actually been at it already. I can't download or open the video, I should say. But this is his goal is Mitch Bowen, I believe, is who that is. Nope, that's Sergio. That's Sergio Andres. This is what we're aiming for. So I can't get a haircut. Many of you probably can't get haircuts. So what we're going to do is we're going to embrace the fact. We're going to switch our mindset instead of like, oh, well, what's it going to look like for my videos and all the stuff I'm editing and putting stuff? How's it going to look? Instead, we're going to embrace it. See that little poof right there? We're going to embrace it, and we're just going to grow out the back and let it go. Maybe you have the John Stamos challenge because your hair grows in amazingly. I don't know. But that's what we're going to do. So if you want to take part in this, all you have to do is comment down below. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon, and then post a picture, or you can send me a private picture of your starting point. Mine is not going to look that great. It never comes out that well. It kind of curls just when it's starting to get good, like Doug's. But that's okay. We're going to try and do the best we can. And we'll come up with some prize that maybe it's a book, maybe it's a gift card. We'll come up with something if enough people participate. So we'll come up with some hashtag. We'll announce it tomorrow or Sunday when we have our next Almost Daily Coaching Vlog update. So that's it for today. Just to recap, we talked about the importance of routine. Getting up in the morning and going to bed are two ways you can anchor your day, as well as something in the middle of the day to anchor you. It could be a nap, it could be reading a book, it could be cooking, it could be going grocery shopping every Wednesday, whatever it is that you like. The second thing that we spoke about is changing your mindset and making sure to get on track, because now we're getting into where we can get into trouble, where now we are in quarantine, we are in lockdown long enough that it can go backwards. So we have our books, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, Magical Running by Bobby McGee, Say Thank You and See Miracles by Shalom Arush, and Getting Everything You Can Out of All You Got by Jay Abraham. You can pick these up on Kindle or at a local library, whatever works for you, or maybe you have another book that you want, but get started. Start reading before bed. It is a very powerful habit and can really help you shift your mindset and put you into the right state of mind before you fall asleep. And when you sleep, the brain does magical work. Nikola Tesla is possibly the greatest inventor of all time. He was at the same time as Thomas Edison, and he had thousands of patents to his name, including the first remote control vehicle, which was a little submarine that he had that he drove around and people ran away from because they thought it was possessed. Can you guess I've been watching documentaries? So he was one of the most famous inventors, possibly the greatest of all time. And he used to read his most challenging problems right before he went to sleep, because the brain would figure it out using the ether, as he would call it. Essentially, your subconscious taps into different things, and that's what we're trying to do, and that's what we are doing by changing your mindset and having that important mindset focused on movement forward and positive production of things during this time, whether it's ideas or fitness or whatever it may be. That's it for today. Remember to like and subscribe down below. Thank you for watching, and we will see you tomorrow for a short version of the Almost Daily Coaching Vlog. Take care.